Making a difference. It's at the heart of Southern Inspirations. I believe we all have opportunities every day to make a difference. In our homes, our local communities, everywhere we live, work, and play. Let's dive right into today's Making a Difference conversation. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Michelle Hill with Southern Inspirations, and joining me is Southern Inspirations partner Karen Walker with Karen Walker Speaks. Good afternoon, Karen.
Hey, good afternoon, Michelle. How are you today?
I am doing fabulous. I feel like we're finally getting a little bit of a break in the hot, humid weather, and it's actually those first feels of fall. So I'm just looking forward to a nice weekend. And Karen, I'm going to try to squeeze in a few self-care things because I know it's our topic today. So how excited are you to share the conversation about self-care?
Well, I'm real excited, especially after I start really diving in, taking a look at it. Because I think for some of us, we have the wrong definition of what self-care is. So today, hopefully, we can talk about what it really is and how we can get about the business of taking care of ourselves well.
Yes, thank you so much for just embracing this topic with me. Everyone watching, September is Self-Care Month. And so Karen wanted to speak to that for that reason. But then, as you will see at the top of the screen, our title there is Self-Care for Parents, Students, and Teachers. Now, while everything that Karen will share today can be applicable to any and all of us, but we just want to particularly recognize parents, students, teachers during this time because overused word, but we really are in this unprecedented time where parents, students, and teachers are all returning to the classroom, even if it's an at-home classroom, virtual environment, completely new and completely different. And so we recognize that, and we just want to talk about the importance of taking care of yourself. Again, even if you aren't a parent or a teacher, these tips apply, but we do want to recognize you for sure because we know how stressful school can be, period, let alone returning in a pandemic, right, Karen?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let's dig in. Let's just dive right in. I know you've got a lot to share, so you just let me know if you need me to pop up a note, and I just want to dive in because you're the expert in this.
Oh, wow. I tell you, right now, if you're tuned in, this is a great time to just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath and just breathe in and kind of let it out and kind of center
Yes.
it. Because what I find is everybody's moving at this incredible pace. And with the pandemic and other things going on, there's so much going on in our brains. And we're so trying to get things done and all of that sometimes we forget to pause and take care of ourselves. Because here's the image I know a lot of people have when you mention self care. We get this image of, oh, I'm eating bonbons and I'm sitting on a beach and, oh, I hear the rhythm of the rain. That's all nice and all, but that's not what really self-care is. You can do those things, but that's not self-care. Self-care is really paying attention to and taking care of your health and wellness. It's not being self-absorbed to do me activities. The motive of it is really taking care of your health and wellness. And one of the things, if you look up the NAMI, which we know they are the authority on mental health and mental illness, and they'll tell you that all of the self-care, any activity that you do, falls in 6 categories. And I think Michelle is going to pop those categories up on the screen.
Yes. All right. So we'll start with physical.
Yes, these are the areas that we want to pay attention to, is our physical health. How do you feel? Are you exercising? Are you getting up, moving? Are you feeding yourself well? What are you doing to take care of your physical health? Then we have our psychological health. How are we? Are we mentally strong, mentally fit? Are we allowing anxiety and all these other demands on us to take a toll on us? So it's important how well we take care of our mental health. What we have coming in, like I think last time we talked about that, like if all the news is stressing you out, turn it off. Protect your mental health. And we'll talk about that a little later. Then emotional. How's your emotional health? Are you on an emotional roller coaster? Is it up and down? Today I'm good, tomorrow I'm in the pit. It's so important to take care of our emotional health and also to be mindful of the things that send our emotions reeling, right? So we want to work on removing ourselves from those situations and sometimes people that cause us to be emotionally unstable. And then spiritual. What do you do for your inner soul? Those things that's deep within. Some people meditate, some people pray, some people listen to Christian music. Everyone has their own thing. And you have to find your thing. Just because the neighbor does it a certain way, that doesn't mean you have to. You have to find your own thing because when we try to do what other people are doing and it's not really our thing, it brings more stress on our bodies, right? So it works against our efforts of self-care. Then the other one we have is social. Any activities that we're doing will fall in one of these categories. So social, how are you taking care of being social, your social life, your connection with other people, your ability to be around other people? And then professional. Well, many of us are work, or if we don't work for someone, we may have our own businesses. And so, what are we doing for ourselves professionally that's keeping us fit and sound? So, those are the 6 areas. So, when you were talking about self care, you're talking about a really broad arena of stuff. So, it's not
Yeah.
bonbons and on the beach. It's taking care of all of those areas. And the best way to do it, if you haven't been doing a good job of it, because there was a time I wasn't doing a good job of it, it's pick one or two that you're just really bombing in, right? And say, I am going to protect my mental health, my physical health, all of that, that I'm going to practice self care. So if we want to practice self care, it's going to start with a decision. You have to decide that you are worth it. And when
Yes.
you decide you're worth it, your decisions will say it also. So
Yeah.
don't run in the sand and say, hey, today, now is when I will start taking care of myself and practicing good self-care habits. And so we were focusing in on parents and educators and students today. So for parents, it has been quite a whirlwind of moving into this crisis teaching with our children when the pandemic hit. And now some of us have made the decision to send our kids back to school, or we're maybe homeschooling them, or they may be doing virtual. But guess what? It's still not our normal that we're used to. And that brings a whole level of stress on us. So as a parent, what can you do to practice self-care? Well, for one, you've got to schedule it. You have to say, I'm worth it, and you have to schedule it. If you broke your arm, right, you would find time to get to the doctor to take care of it. And so self care is equally important. So, as a parent, schedule some time for you, even if that's spending a little bit of time alone. When you're so taking care of the needs of your children and your household, you can easily push yourself out of that list. So, I want to challenge you to find some time, and if it's only 10 or 20 minutes, where you can decompress and you can be alone. Sometimes that's just going in your bedroom, or if you have a big enough closet to go sit in. Sometimes it's maybe going taking a shower, because I know a lot of moms, that's the bathroom is the only place for rest because you're alone, right?
Lock that door.
Like, they're not open that door. So, but find some time to schedule it, parents. Find some time for you. Also, when we're talking about our physical health, all of that, go for a walk. It's beginning to cool off. This is a great time to get outside, or grab a chair and sit in the backyard. Do something that connects you a little bit with nature, and find some things that just work for you. So I just want you to, as parents, to make that a priority. Let me tell you why. Because you are modeling for your children. Your children, especially the younger ones, they're going to do what you do. So
Right.
how do you help your children have good self-care? Well, you start early. And there's some books that you can use. Books are very good to help start a conversation about these self-care concepts. And I think Michelle has them. She'll put them on
Okay.
the screen. These are read aloud books, right? Like Unstoppable Me. You know, there's a whole list of them there. And also I'll throw them out on my website too. But those books, you can read them aloud to your kids and then start the conversation about that. Because if you can cultivate those great habits in your kids as they're younger, they'll grow up to be adults who practice self-care. They won't be all stressed out and all of that. So that's something too. Also with parents, I want you to just give yourself permission, right? To just relax. A lot of times we can feel like, oh, I'm missing the mark. Oh, I didn't do this with my kids. Oh, I heard a parent this week say, I feel like a failure. No, don't beat yourself up. When your kids were given to you as a gift, right? They didn't come with a manual. And I don't care how many
Dang
kids,
it.
I don't care how many kids you have or how many you adopt. Every child is different.
Yeah,
So you have to lead them, train them, and love them according to what they need. So don't beat yourself up. Your kids are gonna be fine. And for those of you who believe in God like I do, is here's a phrase I love that I heard from Chris Kerr last night. He said that it's going to be okay because we know the one who makes it okay. So
that's
I
right.
want you to let that resonate with you. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do for your kids right now is to love them well. And that means some days, some of the homework might not get done, but guess what? It's okay. The most important thing is that relationship. So even as a family, you can go on walks. One thing that helps students to relax, believe it or not, is dancing. I know the TikTok is all the rage right now. But as a family, you can make a family TikTok, or you guys can just have a dance party. Isn't that cool? Or you can get into some of the things that release stress, like kids, it's good for them to draw. Try to tap into something that they really like to do and then do that with them. That's a great way to relieve stress. I'm telling you, parents, you have enough on your plate. Don't add to your stress level by putting unrealistic expectations on yourself. Enjoy the now. Enjoy the now with your family and look for ways to connect with them. You're going to feel better and do better. And I know our teachers, oh my goodness, you can go Google and I couldn't figure out which stat I wanted to use. There were so many of them of the number of teachers that are totally stressed out, the number of teachers right now that have so much anxiety, right, with what's going on and trying to teach their students while social distancing and all this other stuff. What we forget sometimes is after our teachers deal with students all day, many of them go home to handle their own
Their
family.
own.
And while they're trying to love our little darlings in school, you know, sometimes our teachers are dealing with their own health issues or finance issues or relationship issues. They're people too. And so we have to make sure we're taking care of our teachers well. So if you're a teacher, the best thing you can do is, for one, for your self care, is to get some sleep. Make the commitment to go to bed early if you can. Try to bump up your bedtime by 30 minutes and see if that makes a difference. When you sleep well, the body repairs itself. It allows your body to naturally recharge its batteries, right? So when you're not getting sleep, it affects your mental health. It affects how you make decisions. It gives you that brain fog, and it leaves you exhausted at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
if you're a teacher, try to get some sleep. Secondly, make yourself a little, I call it a joy bag, right? Take a little joy bag to work with you if you can, if you feel safe taking it. And what's in that little joy bag? It's the things that make you feel warm and fuzzy or the things you like to do. So when you get your 30-minute break for lunch, try not to spend it grading papers. Try not to spend it working. Physically get up from your desk and sit somewhere else and pull out your little joy bag. Okay, Karen, well, what's in the joy bag? Well, it depends on who you are. Some of my teachers that do little joy bags, they may have a little crochet needle and a little ball of yarn because they like to crochet. right? In their joy bag may be a puzzle book, right? In your joy bag, it may be, I don't know, just whatever you like that brings you joy. I keep a book in my joy bag because I like to read, right? So you can put that in there. Sometimes too, it's a great day to, we're wearing all our masks and stuff. How many of you really want to try a new eye trick, right? For fall? Bring your little joy bag, make sure you're in a sanitized area because you don't want to put germs in your eye. But it's a great time. You can sit for 15 minutes and play with your little eyeshadow. But find something that relaxes you that's not work related. Don't sit and pay bills either on your lunch hour. Do something for you that you enjoy doing so that you can take a mental break from where you are. And even if you bring yarn and a knitting needle or yarn or whatever, you don't even have to be knitting a goal. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to knit a sweater. It's just that act of moving your hands and doing what you do.
And letting your brain just do something different. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then if you ever can get around to the bonbons and the beach, God bless you. But otherwise, practical steps of just taking care of you, doing those practical things, the little things, is what's going to give you some really big results. And whether you're a teacher, a parent, or a student, here's one tip that's going to do wonders for you. Now, I know some of the students are not going to be able to do it, but I'm going to challenge you to do it. You need to do a digital detox. A digital detox because all day you're on your devices for school, you're on your devices for work. I mean, we live with them in our hands. So doing a digital detox, even if it's for a weekend, if that's too much, do 24 hours. Pick a day, plan it ahead. That way you can schedule everything you need to, but do a digital detox and just see how you feel. Families, play some board games. Put some puzzles together. Cook a meal together. Do some of those old school things, and you are going to be amazed how you can recharge your batteries. But that's self-care because you're taking care of your health,
Right.
taking care of your well-being. I know I've gone on and on and on. I'm hoping you'll.
Oh, it's so good, though. It's so good.
I hope you'll engage with us because I want to. Let me give you something else because Michelle know I love her show, right? And I'm like, ooh wee, real stuff. And so I talk about real stuff because me myself, I thought I was just rocking it with self care. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, and then what I realize is, if you are still adding more and more stuff to your plate when you know you should be at the no capacity. And just because you got a smile on your face doing it, it doesn't mean that you are not, it doesn't mean that you're really taking care of yourself. And I have learned that, just because I'm like, oh, I'm the joy lady, I'm good. But, I'm not treating myself well if I'm operating beyond capacity.
Right.
It's like a rubber band, isn't it, Michelle? When you stretch the band, it can only stretch out for so long.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So don't do that. Don't think that.
Well, and I really like the 6 different categories that you mentioned. And one of the things that comes to mind for me, and I know for everyone, is that we can be rocking it in 2 or 3, or heck, maybe 5 out of the 6 areas. But if one area is out of whack, that deserves our attention. And you were talking about the joy bag, and I was like, heck, I'm not a teacher, but I need a joy bag right here in this home office. Maybe I need to put a joy bag together. So speaking of a joy bag, that reminds me of our giveaway that has some incredible products in it. And I've got a picture for those of you who follow Southern Inspirations on Instagram. You've seen this, but I want to pop up the picture of this wonderful package way. And we've got a special treat. The owner of Ooh La Lather has joined us. I'm going to pull her into the broadcast in just a moment. She is going to share some more information about these fabulous products. So let me pop it up real quick. It's my face. Karen, you'll just have to sit there and look pretty like always.
Bless you.
So this is what I posted on Instagram a couple of days ago. And so right now I'm going to pull it back down, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring Heather in to join everybody to meet her. So if you're watching, you have a specific question about the products, now is the time to ask. So here we go. Welcome, Heather. Hey there, Heather. How are you doing?
Hi, Karen.
Welcome to the show. Let me get your name up here real quick that I had pre-populated and get us set up like I want us. And then I want to talk about these fabulous products because it's almost like I wish I could smell through the screen. That may sound silly. This one's a little bit better. There we go. Because I know they smell fabulous, and that is part of, not only do they make you feel good, but I know they feel good too. So welcome, Heather. I mentioned just before I brought you in that you are the owner of Ooh La Lather. And so take just a second and tell us about your business, tell us where it is, and then I want to talk about those fabulous products that we're giving away.
Yes, hi everybody. I'm Heather. I'm the owner of Ooh La Lather. And I'm just so happy to be here. It's such a great topic, obviously. I kind of specialize in that area. It's really important to me. So I started my business about 7 years ago as a new mom, needing some self-care, like Karen's talked about. Sometimes that's your only little space to get that time to kind of, care for yourself and decompress. I kind of have a rule, which, is to not bring my phone into that space. So that can kind of really allow you to, engage your senses and be fully present. So when I started making products, there wasn't a whole lot on the market for people with sensitive skin or without a lot of dyes or additives and things like that. So that was really important to me to kind of specialize in things that were natural and free of all the additives and things like that. So everything that I use is from nature. Even if a bath bomb is pink, it has French rose clay in it instead of an artificial dye. So, and if a product is gray, like the Sleepy Moon bath bomb, it has charcoal in it, which is also really great, a really great detox for your body. So,
well, just before you joined, I popped a picture up of what I had posted on Instagram. I'm going to try to bring it in again. I may have to readjust us. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to populate. Okay, so let me see. Heather, it kind of covers you up. Let me play with this a little bit.
Michelle, I have the products here.
There we go. Look at there. Oh, good. You do? Okay. You have the actual product. Okay, so awesome. There we go. So we have the lavender bath bomb. Is there anything special you want to say about any of these, Heather?
Yeah, so all of the products are scented with essential oils, so it's pure fragrances, which is really important. And the that has French rose clay in it, and then the bath soak has Epsom salt and pink Himalayan salt and organic dried lavender. The organic part was really important to me to avoid any sort of pesticides because it's on your skin, which is our largest organ of our body. So I think that's really important to be mindful about that. And yes, that's a soy candle. So all of my products are vegan, and that's also scented with essential oils, which is great. So
one more.
Oh yes, and then the sugar scrub. So this is a great exfoliant. A lot of people really love this. Some people keep it in their kitchen and they use it for their hands. Other people keep it in their bathroom for like a full body. I like to use it when I shave my legs, so it kind of exfoliates and moisturizes, and then you can get a really good close shave for your legs. But we're entering into the warmer season, so we might have to shave our legs. I'm really excited. I mean, cats are kind of my love language. That's kind of the time that I take with self-care for myself. It's my time to kind of decompress and unwind and things like that. And I was also going to mention, I know we're focusing on parents and teachers. and students. And so I offer 10% off for teachers year round. That's just,
Woohoo! That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're working so hard. And then everyone can get 10% off of their first order. That's just something I do in general. So, yeah.
I wanted to put that up there. So the 10% off for teachers is all the time. And then I want to put 10% off first order.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. And you have a Facebook page, correct?
I do. I have a Facebook, Instagram, and a website.
Okay. Awesome. So y'all look for Heather there. And tell us where your physical brick and mortar location is as well.
So I'm here in Conway. I don't have a brick and mortar
Gotcha. Okay.
like downtown, but so I do everything off of the website. So it's all online. But I do offer in Conway and in Little Rock. I do delivery, so I can do contactless delivery for local
That's awesome.
customers. Yeah, so.
That is good. Well, I cannot wait. I'm having so much fun just learning about you and the products, and the giveaways are always fun anyway.
They are.
So we've had so much engagement on Instagram already. Several people have entered, and I know we'll get some more. So thank you so much, Heather, for coming alongside Karen and I, as well as the other Southern Inspirations partners to host this giveaway. It's just a lot of fun, and it just fits right into the self-care and something we need to do every month, not just of course when it gets its own month. We need to look at doing that every single month. Well, thank you for joining us as well.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Anything else you want to share?
I mean, I would just encourage our listeners to really, try to practice that. Really find little ways. If it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's just so important for your mental health and your health to kind of have that time.
Right.
And and if you have, like Karen said, a joy bag or a book, your favorite book, or a bath product, it really gives you an excuse and a reason to care for yourself, because you have, this little treat that's special to you, and it's kind of an incentive to take that, 10 or 15 minutes to decompress and unwind. So yeah,
it's cool. Well, I'm going to check out all the other products you have. Qualify to win. So I think I'm going to have to order some. I love bath bombs, and I have a big cast iron soaker tub. And so I'm going to have to get in touch with you after this and order some bombs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm thinking out. Well, thank you again for joining us, and everybody just be sure and visit Ula Lather's Facebook page, Instagram, like she said, and give some of her products a try. And if you have not jumped over to Instagram and entered the giveaway, there's still time to do that. We are running that the entire month of September through the 30th. So get over there and enter, and then we'll announce the winner on October 2nd. So, all right, Heather, well, you have a fabulous weekend, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
So,
wasn't that fun?
Yes. Giveaways are always fun, and Heather is just such a champion of people, and it's just good to have business owners here in town and that want to help advance the cause. And one thing, Michelle, I was going to just mention to people, sometimes we need self-care, but sometimes, when you have people who are stressed out, tired, exhausted, those of us who may not be at the moment, it's good for us to make a difference in the lives of those who really need it. So if you can, I know, let me share something we're doing real quickly. Here in our city, some of the churches got together and they decided we're going to take care of our teachers. And so each church was assigned a school. And so my church, we have a school, and we're going to love our teachers well. The first day, so we were there on the parking lot. We prayed for them throughout the year, we're going to make sure we're dropping off goodie baskets, being able to help meet some of the basic needs if it's there. It's a way to show that you're not in this alone, that we're going to support you. Many of you may know parents in your community, especially the single parents, that they could use a well-cooked meal, that maybe you could go drop a meal off or put a gift card in their mailbox. There are ways you can bless people to help be a part of a we're in this all together type deal, right? So if you're not stressed out, bless somebody. And if you are stressed out, sometimes doing something for someone else will make you feel.
Oh, that is so true. It's all, and if nothing else, it makes you realize maybe you're not as bad off as you thought you were, because we can all get caught up in our own circumstances.
Oh my gosh, we can.
Feel like no one else is going through it. So we direct our attention away from ourselves onto others is such a blessing, not only for them, but oftentimes we end up receiving more of a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Not that that's the spirit you go into it with, but it always
It's a byproduct.
like that. So,
Yeah.
gosh, this has been such a fabulous conversation, as I knew it would be. Karen, anything else you want to share before we wrap it up for today? I'm already excited about our next episode, but
Well, I just
sit down and breathe here.
want to thank Michelle for inviting me in as a partner. And I just want us, let's take care of ourselves so we can make good decisions and we can lead our families well. And I'm telling you, when you do a mind shift, you will see your decisions differently. And the example I use is for my birthday, instead of asking for, what do you want, Karen, for your birthday? I'm not asking for a new purse, right? Not asking for that stuff. I wanted a new pair of shoes, walking shoes, so that I can start getting my 30 minutes of walking in every day. And you know what? That's a result of a mind change, right? That my decisions are different because my mind is different. So I wish you well. We love our teachers. We love our parents. We love our students. Do something to take care of yourself. Self-care is so important. So do it. Let's be about it.
Yes. Well, thank you for that. That is a wonderful note to end on. For everyone who's watching, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate the support. Please share this video, invite your friends and family to the Making a Difference group. We truly are in it to help make a difference wherever we can. So just come alongside us. And as I always ask, if you are a leader of a nonprofit, or if you know a leader of a nonprofit who might want their story shared, please let me know. Email me, Michelle@southerninspirations.net. Send me a Facebook message. You can get me, I promise. So with that, we are going to end today's broadcast. Everyone have a wonderful, safe, and healthy weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.